Welcome everybody to the office of the San Francisco Bicycle Coalition. Woo! My name is Christopher White. I am Executive Director of the San Francisco Bicycle Coalition. We are one of the largest and oldest advocacy organizations for bicycles in San Francisco. We have a lot of things that we are doing right now. We are doing Bike the Vote, which is our endorsements campaign. We have our SF Cycles campaign, which is working to make sure that the city passes a really visionary biking and rolling plan, the first update to the city's bike plan in 15 years. There are tons of things to get involved in. Free bike classes for all ages. We're working in schools to make sure that schools and families have the ability to walk, bike, roll, whatever they do to get to school. It really is our members who give us the power to go to City Hall and demand change. We can go in and say, we've got thousands of members who want to see these changes happen. If you're not already a member, please consider becoming a member. You can go to sfbike.org/join.
Hello from Spokes and Folks HQ, and welcome back to the 2024 SF Unistate Crosstown Ride, Episode 2 with Christopher White of SF Bike. To see if our tummies can handle more pastries, our streets can make way for more people and bikes, please. If Full House is filmed in the Painted Ladies, and when we'll get to the beach, geez, it makes me wish every part of San Francisco were this accessible, equitable, and livable. And now, Episode 2 with Chris and SF Bike.
What's all the bikes in here aside from like employee bikes?
Well, we have a program called Bike It Forward, where we take in bikes that have been abandoned or bikes that people donate, and we refurbish them and we distribute them to people in the city that might not have access to bikes otherwise.
Oh, cool.
At no cost to the people, and we also always distribute them with helmets, locks, lights, and education about how to safely get around the cities.
Cool, and you have mechanics and things, or how does that work?
Yeah, so we've got one staff person who runs the program, but then every Tuesday night we have a community repair night where people are invited to come in. They learn how to wrench bikes, they fix up the bikes, and get them ready to distribute.
Cool, so people can come by and help fix these bikes and learn something.
Yes, exactly. 5 p.m. on Tuesdays.
What other ways are there to get involved?
So right now we have a campaign called SF Cycles, and that secretly stands for Connecting Your City with Livability, Equity, and Safety.
Whoa, we love an acronym in this town.
And that is our campaign to make sure that the city passes a really ambitious, visionary biking and rolling plan, and it's a real generational opportunity, but there are also a lot of barriers to that. So we are inviting people to stand up and say, you know, whether you bike, whether you ride a scooter, whether you ride the bus, whether you walk, whether you drive a car, having better bike infrastructure improves livability and safety for everybody in San Francisco. And we've got a lot of activities and actions planned in the coming weeks.
You mentioned classes as well, so for folks who want to become more confident or even want to learn how to ride.
Yes, and I think somebody who I'm talking to right now happens to be an instructor with our program.
That's true, I am that. Yeah, I am an instructor. I'm playing the part of an interviewer, like Barbara Walters or Peter Jennings.
Doing it very well.
Thank you so much. I'm a serious journalist. So yeah, classes as well.
Classes at every ability level. If you're an adult and have never learned how to ride a bike, you can show up. We see people who are in their 70s who say, I thought I would never in my life learn to ride a bike, and within 2 hours they are pedaling around the space with just the biggest look of joy on their face that I have ever seen. It is incredibly moving and reminds me why I do this work.
Yeah, it's very true. All right, so we just left the SF Bike Coalition office.
Yes.
Chris, tell me about what brought you to the Bike Coalition and why this type of work is important to you.
So I moved to San Francisco after I got my MFA in actor-created physical theater.
Oh, so true. So you're a clown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have been a clown. I've been called other things as well. I ran a theater company here in San Francisco for 12 years, and I also worked in education as a private tutor, and that's how I got to know San Francisco, was just biking to all of my clients' houses all over the city. So when I got burnt out on doing theater and started looking around for what was next, I thought, well, you know, I've always biked everywhere. I have never owned a car. how can I get more involved in that? And the Bicycle Coalition was looking for somebody to run their education program, so it was the perfect fit.
Inside you mentioned SF Cycles, which is a new campaign related to the hopefully approval of a robust biking and rolling plan from our city.
Yes.
How are you feeling about it?
It's a really interesting process because originally the goal had been to have a biking and rolling plan that was approved last spring. And there were delays, and so now we're looking at the final development of the plan in the midst of election season. We have some candidates who are really pro biking, proactive transportation, and some less so. Some candidates that they want to put cars back on Market Street, for example.
I see, yeah. Not a fun thing.
Nope. Okay, 2 quick trivia questions here, and then we're going to move on. What is special about this path that we're riding on right now? Boom! Yes, this is the first street where cars were actually removed from the street and it was dedicated only to bikes. First one in San Francisco in 1998, and that was the reason for the creation of this mural. Who has a guess about how long the mural is?
300.
Close.
350.
Little lower.
325.
A little higher.
335.
A little higher.
340.
Yes! You should go on The Price is Right.
This is the spot in the city that makes me feel the most European, because I'm like, there's a tram, there's a bike lane, there's art, that's chairs. Very fun.
I always mean to check, but are the chairs bolted down?
They are bolted down.
Okay.
They're very bolted down, and also when it's very sunny, they're hot.
Oh.
Because they're like brass.
So they're not actually wood.
No, they're like brass chairs. Oh man, Wiggle Fest coming through.
Fest.
Wiggle Fest. Wiggle Fest.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle
Hello,
Fest.
wigglers.
Wiggle Fest. Wiggle Fest. Wiggle Fest. Wiggle Fest. Hello, welcome.
Hi.
Happy Phoenix Day. Woo! Do you know that improv game Meld?
Tell me.
Okay, so on 3, we both say a word.
Oh.
And then if it's not the same word, we say 3 again and then try to get to the same word.
Okay, yes. I've
right,
played
ready?
this in different forms. Okay.
Yes. All right, 1, 2, 3. Bicycle. Blue bicycle. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Wait. 1, 2, 3. Dog. What'd you say?
Hill.
Hill and dog. Okay. All right. Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Clifford. All right. No. Okay.
See, the way that I've played this is one person has a word in their head, and then a group of people all say a word at the same time, and they choose the person whose word is closest to their word, and then everybody says another word after that.
That's an interesting version, and I would love to play when my aerobic energy is better. All right, Chris, we're on a slow street.
Beautiful slow street.
Tell me about the Slow Street program.
Oh yeah, well, you know, the Slow Street program was implemented very quickly and rapidly at the start of the pandemic to give people who did not have space to safely be outside and distance from each other. And San Francisco stood up and said, we love slow streets. We don't want this program to disappear once the pandemic is over.
Yeah.
And almost 2 years ago, the SFMTA board made it officially a program of the SFMTA, a permanent program. It's great that we have this program, but we need it to be stronger. The SFMTA is not doing enough to make sure that streets that are not meeting the metrics of 15 miles per hour and 1,000 cars on a slow street per day.
So what are some ways that they can meet those goals?
There's a whole toolkit that the SFMTA has to do traffic calming. That includes things like traffic diverters, making sure that people cannot just use it as a through street, but have to turn off of it. Mm-hmm. That includes different kinds of speed bumps and speed cushions, or chicanes, which are infrastructure that can be put into the street that make cars have to do a little bit of like swervy.
Yeah. That also feels very Euro to me. Now let me tell you, you might be thinking, wow, Sarah, that bike looks different than the other bike you were on. You'd be right.
Transformers.
I switched out my bike. This is an e-cargo bike. And it's great because Goldberg now can fully lie down. It's also an e-bike, so I'm going up this hill and I'm like not even trying. And I hate exercise, so this is very nice for me. Alamo Square Park.
Hello, Alamo Square Park.
Everywhere you look, but hopefully that doesn't do the YouTube copyright, because that was so close to the original. I feel like it might.
Well, I always wondered, was the Full House one of the Painted Ladies? Like, did they live there supposedly?
No. Well, no. Actually, you know what? I was never involved, so I couldn't tell you.
But I hold you personally responsible, Sarah.
I know, that's how it works.
You sing the theme song, it's yours.
It's donut time, everyone. Look, I know we already got croissants, but we're also getting donuts. It's a whole thing.
Uh-huh. Ooh, they're still warm. Oh, you got a pointy one. Yeah. They're delicious.
I don't know if you had a croissant, but maybe you also want a donut or two.
Oh, man.
Have a donut, have a donut, have a donut, have a donut. Good to see you. How's it going? Have a donut. I'll get you one, Goldberg. Donuts. Goldberg, you ready? I know. Ready? Here he comes. Yes. Oh, yeah. Bring it back in there. Oh, yeah. Good job, everyone. That's why we gave you donuts. Well, we're approaching our next major stop, Chris, which means you're handing off the mic to our next area captain.
I will.
Yes.
I'm retiring
You're
from this
retiring.
game.
And you've done an amazing job, I have to say.
Oh, thank you.
What are your kind of, parting words for the crew and the screen?
I'm looking forward to the day that you can ride all the way from one side of the city to the other side of the city on infrastructure that doesn't have cars on it.
Yeah.
That you can feel totally safe getting all the way from side to side. That just sounds so beautiful to me. And it's like, this ride that we're having today, where it's filled with so much joy and people getting to be together and talking with each other and enjoying the air, enjoying the beauty of the city that we live in, enjoying community.
Absolutely.
Like, that is the thing that we're really striving for in making a more livable city.
I think we could do it, people, but as Tom said, voting is just part of it. We also have to have some action. Chris gave us a lot of different opportunities to do that action. You know what to do out there is get involved. Yep. I made all my best friends through getting involved.
Yay.
And that sounds nerdy and wonky, and it is, and it's fun. And now we have inside jokes and a 40-person group chat.
Get up to get down, get up to get down, get up to get down, get up to get down. All the books say, be like water, be like water, be like water. Break it, and the book said,
Sick wheelie, sick bike.
Thank you.
How long did it take you to learn that trick?
Like 3 years probably.
See, practice makes perfect. I'm proud of you for sticking with it. I feel like I have never really stuck with anything.